Once in a while, I have to, put some clarity. A lot of Africans are siding Israel against Iran based on what we have been seeing on social media, on mainstream media, that the Iranians threaten to wipe off Israel, and that is why they should be stopped. That is why they shouldn't have nuclear weapon. Now, when you ask an average Nigerian, for instance, when did they say this and why did they say it, they don't really know. They don't even know the genesis of that word and why that word still linger in the heart of the Israelis and the heart of the West. I don't support Iran because I love this guy so much and because of my hatred for Christianity, no. But when I look at this war, it reminds me of the mother of Gaddafi. It reminds me of what Captain Ibrahim Traoré is passing through right now. It reminds me of the death of Paul Magafuli. It reminds me of Patrick Lumumba. It reminds me of all our African heroes that have fallen under the lies and the propaganda and the hatred and the wickedness, systematic racism of the West. The other day I made a video and I told you guys that the greatest problem of Iranians is their religion. Let's go back to when this pronouncement was made and who made it. Right here, let's go to The Guardian. Thursday, 27th October 2005. Iran's new president created a sense of outrage in the West yesterday by describing Israel as a disgraceful blot, that they should be wiped off the face of the earth. This was said by Iranian President Mohammad Ahmadinejad. This guy was their president in 2005. I explained in that video that the reason why I say that their greatest problem is religion is because they practice what is called theocracy. Theocracy is a system whereby anything that is said by their leader, by their supreme leader, their president, is automatically seen to be a voice from God. Is automatically seen to be ordained by Allah. And that is why they will have to carry it out. But now, do you know the funny thing? The funny thing is that the Israelis are not different from the Persians. Yes, the Israelis also have the same system of government, where the pronouncement by their leader, their president, is actually a pronouncement by God. Now, let me give you an instance. This one is coming from the media as well. So here, the Jerusalem Post, it said Operation Rising Lion, Netanyahu's Bible quotes foreshadows Iran. Down here, Economic Times, is how Netanyahu used a biblical prophecy to attack Iran. This one is coming from Reuters. Israel takes name of Iran operation from the Bible. Now, let's open it. June 13th. Israel has called its military operation against Iran Rising Lion, taking the name from a biblical verse that promises a victorious future for a powerful Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was photographed on Thursday putting a handwritten note into a crack of Jerusalem Western Wall. He said the expression comes from the verse 23-24 of the book of Numbers in the Bible. Numbers chapter 23 verse 24 says, "Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eats of the prey." The prey, not the predator. The prey, not the predator. So here, Israel assumed the position of the predator. He said, he shall not lie down until he eats of the prey and drink the blood of the slain. Now, what is the difference between Iran and Israel? We have seen so many videos where the Israeli rabbis are saying that they have to exterminate Palestinians completely, like to their last descendants, and occupy their land. We have seen videos like that. The only difference between the racism of the West and racism of other people is that other people are very radical when it comes to their racism. But the West are very systematic. The West are very diplomatic. That is why Israel opened their doors for Ethiopians in 2009. Ethiopians that were claiming to be lost tribe of Israel, they opened their doors, they came in, and they sterilized them. When I was in China, people were like, why are you talking down on your country? Can you live and work in China? Can you live and work in Russia? Can you live and work? These other people, they are very open with their racism. You can see, you can feel, you can taste it. But the West, they are very systematic and very diplomatic. So many of our people, so many of the black people that entered the West through their citizenship visa were actually sterilized. A lot of our men in the West are sterilized. But the reason why so many of our men don't know is because there are other men to impregnate their wife. Yes, the reason why a lot of our men in the West don't even know that they're sterile is because there are other men to impregnate their wife. Because I know so much about racism, I know so much about extremism, fanaticism. I know that before the West enslaved us, that the Arabs were actually the first people to do that. I know how they castrated our men. The Arabs castrated our men so that they don't impregnate their women. But unfortunately, men being men, their own men impregnated our own women, and that's why they gave birth to these black Arabs. Yes, I know the racism against the black Arabs. This money that is in the Middle East, these people have money. The black Arabs are not even included because they know that they are descendants of black slaves. They know that their people raped the black women to give birth to them. I know that the West actually learned slavery from the Arabs. I know that, but I'm using this opportunity to sensitize us, to open our eyes to what is happening. International politics, the game that is being played, to understand what is happening to us as a race, as black people. And of course, what is to come. Of course, what is to come. That is what I'm doing. Thank you.